Okay, so there's something really big that's happening in the state of Wisconsin, and I kind of just found out about it recently. Honestly, kind of feel like I've been living under a rock when it comes to some of this stuff. But apparently, there's a very key and heated Supreme Court race that is happening in Wisconsin, and Elon Musk was actually at this event. And as you can see in the title of the video, I think the right has finally found their George Soros, and I really thought about that. I was like, wow. I was like, conservatives have been doing a good job at playing the game that the Democrats play. Not in all aspects. There's some aspects that conservatives still suck at playing the liberals' game. But for example, the reason why Trump won and the way he won in 2024 is because he played the game that the Democrats had been playing, and he beat them at their own game. Especially when it comes to the culture and Trump going on these really big podcast shows like Joe Rogan, hanging out with streamers like Aiden Ross, that really pushed him over the edge and helped him win. And another way that the conservatives have been playing the Democrats' game as well. We all know George Soros funds all these all these Democratic candidates and attorney generals and judges. They're all funded by George Soros. But now the Republicans have their own George Soros. And they're not very happy about that because, conservatives are getting pretty good at playing their game. There are some things that they are not there yet, but they're getting there. But this is a very, very key race, and Elon Musk had this speech in this rally in Wisconsin for the Supreme Court race. So let's see what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elon Musk.
He's got a cheese hat. Oh. Come on, do the salute, man. Do the salute. Where's it at? Where's the salute at? Where's it at?
Thanks for coming. What do you think of my hat?
I don't like it. I only like Dark MAGA. Where's the Dark MAGA hat at?
Right,
Dark MAGA. Give us Dark
I'm gonna
MAGA.
sign the hat, and I'm going to throw it out.
Oh, my goodness. No, we want Dark MAGA, bro. Where's Dark MAGA? If it's not Dark MAGA, I don't want it. Dark MAGA forever. That hat is worth millions now, I guarantee you.
All right. All right, I love you guys too. Thank you for coming out in support of this very important Supreme Court race in Wisconsin. It's actually something that I think it's one of those things that may seem like it's obviously important in the state of Wisconsin, but I think it could actually be important for the country as well, and maybe for the world. So the House majority right now is razor thin.
Oh, it really
it's
is.
Just
it
a few
really
seats.
is. Yeah. I think it's like 1 or 2 or it's for sure less than 5, I'm pretty sure, of the majority that Republicans have. So this is again why this is a very, very important key race right now.
And if the Supreme Court is able to redraw the districts, they will gerrymander the districts and deprive Wisconsin of 2 House seats on the Republican side.
You know exactly where this is going.
Yeah, exactly. The result of that could be that the House switches to a Democratic
That would be very
House.
bad, very bad.
Yes, indeed.
Because they don't like Doge.
And then they will
try to get rid of Doge.
Stop all of the government reforms that we're doing, and we're getting done for you, the American people. So,
for all the Democrats that have been getting rich, even though they only make $100,000, $200,000 a year in salary, but somehow they have a net of $20 million.
The reforms that we're getting done in D.C., thanks to President Trump and his great team are really profound. Really, the goal is very simple. It's to restore merit and freedom. So that's what it comes down to.
Maybe the Democrats should take notes. Maybe they should start, getting George Soros to pop up at these events and start talking like Elon is.
So, America is the land of freedom and opportunity. So we want to restore individual freedoms, freedom of speech, just in general, get the government off your back. And
the government has been on our backs for a long
You
time.
succeed in the United States as a function of your hard work and your talent, and nothing else.
Get rid of DEI. No more DEI. No more black trans doctors, unless they can actually do surgery.
So these are really noble and important principles, and also, and I'll talk more about this, all night really, as long as you guys want to hear about it. But as you may have seen with stuff that we've posted on the Doge.gov website and the Doge handle on the X platform, there is a tremendous amount of waste and fraud in the federal government. Like, shocking, really.
Like transgender musicals
it's
in
insane.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
But that's beneficial for
It's really
America.
wild. So, it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience.
He mentions George Soros. That's his counterpart.
Regards to George. Say hi to George for me.
Elon, should be like, George, you should take notes from me. You should start coming. You should start going to your rallies. Start being present. This is the thing. It's like, I thought about it and I was like, wow, it really is. This is really, Elon Musk is George Soros for the right. It's literally just the opposite. George Soros has been funding the Democrats for a long time. The Democrats have always had the funds and they've been outspending. But now they got two billionaires at the forefront of the Republican Party. And that's why Dems are mad. Because now they can get beat in the spending.
USA, 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 USA. Yep. It was inevitable. I was waiting for that one.
It truly was.
So, yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys. Isn't it shocking how much violence and hatred is coming from the left?
Yeah, Tesla takedown. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Tesla takedown.
Isn't it supposed to be the party, they claim to be the party of empathy?
Completely opposite. Completely opposite. No, they're not.
They're burning Teslas and shooting up dealerships and calling for the death of the president and me. I'm like,
can you imagine if the right did that?
This
Can you
is
imagine if it was turned?
insane.
Tables are
Like,
turned.
they're gone psycho. It's really like.
Psycho's an understatement.
I totally understand.
Complete
if
understatement.
somebody doesn't want to buy a product, yeah, it's up to you. It's a free country, but you don't have to burn it down. Okay.
Here's the thing. They're not saying, oh, you can't buy a certain product. They're like, how dare you have this product? You should be punished for having this product, and the product should be wiped off the face of the earth. I'm really sorry that my dogs are barking. Hey, can you?
But much. That's somebody else's car. Leave it alone. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so, man, the derangement level on the left is just like, it's blown my mind, frankly.
It's insane,
I'm like,
man.
what is going on? They've just lost it next level. I'm like, it's like, whoa. And I sort of wonder the legacy media is in part to blame for this, and maybe primarily to blame for this, because it's really terrible. It's like
They can't denounce
they
it. They
keep
can't
calling,
denounce the violence.
they've
They can't say it's wrong.
Called President Trump every name in the book. I think there was one article that called the president worse than Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin combined. And I'm like, actually, President Trump's not killed anyone. In fact, he's very good at stopping.
Do we know how many people died under Stalin, Mussolini, and Hitler's rule? Actually, let's Let's search that up real quick. Let's look that up. Many people died under Stalin. Not spell. Estimates for the number of deaths attributed to Joseph Stalin's regime range from a low 10 to 20 million as high as 148 million. That's a third of the United States right now. Yeah. See how that statement is absolutely stupid?
Wars, not starting them. So, we're really very different. Maybe we need to add some more history lessons back in schools.
Yeah, instead of teaching kids about gender fluidity.
What the difference... Do they know what Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin did? It seems they don't.
No, they don't. They just like to throw words around that don't know the definition of.
Poor quality of education pushed by the National Department of Education. So... that's why we want to restore freedom to the states, let the states decide on the educational agenda and not have something pushed by a bunch of neo-Marxists in D.C. So...
Yep, no more Department of Education. Get it out of here. Get rid of it. Burn it.
How much anti-American propaganda is pushed on kids today in schools? It's mind-blowing.
Rather hang up pride flags than the American flag. They don't even want to say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore.
But on a more positive note, we have this petition, sort of against activist judges, because judges should be simply interpreting the law, not making the law.
And interpreting the law the way it's written, not interpreting it with bias.
In appreciation for the support of people in signing this petition against activist judges, we just want judges to be judges, which is a reasonable thing to ask for.
Yeah, it's too much to ask the left for anything.
We're seeing like some crazy stuff in D.C. where it seems like it's like any federal judge can stop any action by the president, of the United States. This is insane. Like this has got to stop. It's got to stop at the federal level and at the state level. But let me first hand out 2 $1 million checks in appreciation.
What? He's gonna, all right, here you go. You get $1 million. You get $1 million. Look, guys, he's distributing the wealth. What a great guy. He's distributing his wealth. Isn't that what the left wants?
Okay. So the first check goes to Nicholas Jacobs.
Nicholas Jacobs. $1 million, man. Look at that.
All right. Now, I should say that the reason, the reason for the checks is that it's really just to get attention. It's like we need to get attention, and it's somewhat inevitably when I do these things, the sort of
he's trying to troll essentially
the legacy media to kind of lose their minds.
Okay, the left does not realize that Trump and Elon, especially on X, they are just trolling the left. They say all these like out of pocket things sometimes, and I'm like, they're doing it to get a reaction, and they're getting it every single time. Like, I don't think the left understands that the goal of this is to rage bait. Literally, Trump and Elon are rage baiters, and they are doing it with excellence, and it's awesome to see.
And then they'll run it on every news channel, and I'm like, I couldn't pay them it would cost like 10 times more, or to get the kind of coverage they would get. So,
Yep. He's like, I just want to quickly rage bait the legacy media. So hold on a second. This is my rage bait section. Look at that. He's trolling down deep down in his head. He's up there. He's like, yep. Rage baiting's already happening. I'm getting him with it.
If you want, we'll get. I think we'll get you a real one too. So
Another one?
and then the second
Another one.
Second one is
Oh, yeah, he said two. He said
Ekaterina
two.
Diesler. Let's see. Hopefully here. So, well,
Let's go, Dark MAGA.
Like I said, this is just helpful for getting attention, and then like it's kind of fun to see the legacy media lose their minds over it too.
He literally just said this is just a rage bait act. Literally,
Love you too.
that's all he said. This is for rage bait purposes.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is funny.
Let's see. Hello.
Come on, you want your $1 million?
Thank you. Congratulations. All right.
Congratulations on rage baiting the liberals.
All right. Congratulations. So,
That's funny. Literally just a troll moment. Just something to troll the leftover.
So we're also going to be announcing, or we are announcing now, a program, sort of a Get Out the Vote program. That's the webpage should be going live, I think around now, which is at the American.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right here real quick. Okay, this is something that the Republicans, conservatives suck at when it comes to playing the game that the Democrats play. When it comes to key races, when it's not a presidential election, it's a special election and a key race. This is where conservatives tend to suck. And this is where Democrats have the advantage over conservatives. It's special elections. It's stuff that's that doesn't happen very often. But it's small things like this. Like this is very, very important. This could, not saying that the presidential election was not important. It was very much important. But this right here could literally be a major setback for the agenda. So we have to treat this as like it's another presidential election. So if you live in Wisconsin, you need to treat this like this is another presidential election. You need to get out there and you need to vote. Okay? Because if you don't show out, then Democrats win. They get to gerrymander and redraw the districts, and then by the time you know it, then it's a major setback. So that's something that Democrats still have an advantage over. Republicans need to play the game of the Democrats.
America PAC website, or just go to the America PAC X account. And the single biggest challenge, I think, is actually just making people aware that there is this very important election. And there's both the very important election for Judge Schimmel, as well as the deciding on adding voter ID to the Wisconsin Constitution, which is very.
I don't know how you could argue voter ID. Like you need an ID to drive a motor vehicle. Why would you not need to have an ID to vote?
It's quite shocking that you can sort of tell where voter fraud is happening, where they ban ID. Like, why would you ban ID? Like, in New York and California, it's, like, illegal to show ID at an election. Well, I can't imagine why that would be the case.
So they want all the MS-13 people to vote.
So two really important things is really just ensure judicial integrity on Tuesday, and then the voter ID thing. And, it's April Fool's Day. And it's like, I think
Can you imagine if like those $1 million checks were just April Fool's jokes? Like they didn't get $1 million.
Like I said, most people aren't aware that there is this important election. Most people don't even know that there's an election at all.
That's how.
Or if they do, they aren't
Democrats
sure
get
exactly
ahead.
when and where it is, and they aren't sure yet or they don't realize just how important it is. They think it's just some kind of judicial thing that's not that important. But it actually, what they're doing, what's happening on Tuesday is a vote for which party controls the U.S. House of Representatives. That is why it is so significant. And whichever party controls the House, it to a significant degree controls the country, which then steers the course of Western civilization. Mm-hmm. So it's like. I feel like this is one of those things that may not seem that it's going to affect the entire destiny of humanity.
And we know Democrats are going to try their hardest that they're going to win. They have it all planned out. They have this mapped out. They're gonna try their best to win, and then redraw the districts and shift the House, and boom, and then I'll be a roadblock, and we're gonna introduce articles of impeachment, and we're gonna get rid of Elon Musk. They're planning for that. That's what they want.
Humanity, but I think it will. No pressure. Yeah. So.
Like I say, no pressure.
It's a super big deal.
Oh, I think it's the video. Oh, it's the video. Okay.
The fact that I'm here in person, like I'm not phoning it in. I'm here in person. Yeah.
Take notes, George Soros. Go in person, buddy. Start doing what Elon does.
And there were quite a few death threats, I have to tell you. I was like, my security team said, well, it's actually gone down from yesterday to today. It went down from 18,000 to 17,000. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's getting better, But you can see, like, how crazy some of these people are. Look at the two sort of people that tried to assassinate President Trump. I mean, that was, and one, they both almost succeeded. So it's real. Like, it's not like some imaginary thing. So anyway, what we're announcing is kind of like
it's just insane that we can't live in a country where we just can't disagree. Like we can't disagree without one person being the enemy and one person needing literally to be eliminated from existence simply because they have a different opinion. That to me is just insane, man. Like, it's not hard to coexist and to just disagree on basic things. But no, you can't do that now. You can literally, if you disagree with somebody, you deserve to be eliminated, which just boggles my mind. It's absolutely ridiculous. But remember, it's the party of acceptance. It's the party of tolerance, quote unquote.
A block captain program where somebody can sign up to knock on doors in their zip code and encourage people to make people aware that there is a vote, and then aware of how important.
If you're in Wisconsin, you need to be aware of this.
Sign up to be kind of a block captain for your zip code on the America PAC website right now. Yeah. And if you do, it's like basically $20 for just taking a photo with somebody. It's pretty straightforward. You just knock on doors in your neighborhood and give them either a digital or a paper, picture of, Justice Brad Schimmel. It can be an approximation. It doesn't have to be exact. But they just have to say thumbs up and hold a picture of Judge Schimmel. And that's it. And you get $20. It's pretty easy. It's easy money. So, but the whole point of it is just to make people aware of the election, and say that there is an election. It's on Tuesday, and it's super important. Please vote. So. But I think without something like this, where we actually are in serious danger of losing the election. This is very important to put in mind. If you look at the betting market odds, so if you look at sort of the Poly market or Kalshi.
That's crazy that we're looking at. Like, if we're looking at Vegas, guys, this is how it's looking like. It's insane that we're to that point now.
Like the betting markets, it varies between 85% and 90% probability of loss for Justice Schimmel. That's the current situation. So we got to pull a rabbit out of the hat next level. We're actually got to have a steady stream of rabbits out of the hat, like it's an arc of rabbits flying through the air and landing in a voting booth. Interesting picture. Grok could probably make that picture. That's basically what's needed. We need to generate an anomaly in the matrix.
It's possible. Trump did it in 2016.
Currently, the Dems are 100,000 votes ahead. But if the people that voted for President Trump simply vote on Tuesday, we will win. That's actually all it takes. Just vote.
You just got to go out.
Done.
They have to go out. They have to go out and do it.
So we basically need to dragnet the state. It's like everybody's got to mobilize everywhere. like crazy for the next 48 hours. And I think this will be important for the future of civilization. It's that significant. So you don't hear me saying that very often. It's a big deal. So vote for Super Judge Schimmel. I call him Super Judge Schimmel. So.
Yep. If you're in Wisconsin, you need to get out there.
Let's see. So with that, I think we can do Q&A, if you guys would like to do some Q&A.
Okay, yeah. So pretty much like this is going to be a major setback if Democrats win. And also, I also just realized this, that, George Soros walked so that Elon Musk could run. And conservatives need to get better at playing the Democrats' game.